Back at it again with another final clearance devlog. So today we're just going to jump straight into it, and I'm going to show you guys how the final game turned out. So yeah, in the last video we had a look at how the game was turning out when it was just in its prototype phase. It's just a small level, there was like one gun, I think, maybe there's two, I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, I ended up building out the full game. It's now available. There's a link in the description, so feel free to check out. I'd love to hear your feedback. But yeah, we're just gonna jump into it. So here we are. We're in a space station. We're in the mall. This is probably the most like well built out area of the game. To be fair, as this tutorial segment, I spent a while like getting this working. So we're out here. We're picking up our items. You could of course go in and like loot a bunch of stuff, which is kind of I think a pretty fun part of the game. So there's like some hidden items like throughout. There's gonna be some I'll find today, and then some of them I'll leave for you guys to find yourselves. So yeah, you can see there's a view of space out there. We're just chilling. We're up in our office. You're a security guard for this abandoned mall, which is that lore dump at the start. But yeah, so there's no one in here. You're just chilling. You're kind of doing your thing, you know. And then the power goes out. Oh no, right? So there's a whole scripting thing that I've kind of put together for this game, which is one thing I'm super proud of, because in my other games they all just appear on one level, like Battle Tower, Snow Flipper. They're all just one level. There's no like continuity between like going to different rooms. So I thought I wanted to try something different for this game and have lots of different rooms, lots of different levels, and like missions you've got to complete. So in reality, to be honest, I did complete as many levels as I would have liked to. But you know, there's a fair few of them here, so we're gonna check them out. Yeah. So this one is probably the least polished. As you can see, the graphics in this one are pretty terrible. It's just blocks, but this is a generator room. So you're going in, it's kind of showing you, okay, you could turn the power on, you can interact with objects. And yeah, there's a cool detail I kind of put in was once you turn on the power, all the lights go on, which I think is kind of cool. And I've got it set up so things can turn the power off and on. It doesn't get used that much throughout this version of the game, but I think at some point I want to revisit this and add some more levels and play around with that scripting a bit more. So as you saw as well in that loading screen, there is actually a skill system. So I had like implemented the skill system for Snow Flipper, and I never got around to actually making an update with it. So I thought, you know, why not try a similar thing here and add some skills. And it just kind of tracks your progress. It doesn't really do much, to be honest, but I think it's kind of fun. It lets you see that, yeah, you're getting better, you're doing stuff. And I think I definitely want to explore that a bit more in a future update. Oh, there's been intruders detected. So the whole kind of idea behind this game was like, you're gonna go and do certain missions and come back, and you'd come back to here and then you'd pick up another mission. You kind of only come back here the one time in this version, so in the future I want to have more things where you're kind of going up, getting missions, doing stuff, and taking care of this abandoned mall. So if you watched the last video, this will be a very familiar place because I ended up keeping this test level here. So the test level ended up being incorporated into the final game, though with a couple small changes. So there's now chests in the area that you can loot. And like it expands a little bit further down. We're gonna take care of these guys. Pick up their cash. So you can pick up their cash, like enemies can drop. They can drop their hats as well as their items. So you can see here I've got a security cap that I picked up from the tutorial. You can pick it up, you can equip it. I'm pretty happy with how the tutorial turned out as well. I feel like it does actually tell you how to play the game. Oh no, something's gone wrong. Yeah, so yeah, your lift glitches out, it breaks. The theme of the jam was Viral Glitch, so I was like, I'm gonna have some kind of technical problem in the game. So this is it. So this, you know, it doesn't really show it too well because the art pass on this level is pretty terrible. But this is supposed to be like, you know, your lift is broken down. You got to find another way around. So the thing I just shot there was an alien. I've called them the Shutter, like from the last video we talked about. I did end up keeping that name, but the aliens, you know, they're not the best. They're like these little raspberry-looking dudes. They can attack you, but you know they're not very threatening. Yeah, and they're not animated because I kind of ran out of time. There's no animated sprite for them. But I wanted to keep them in there because that was kind of the idea behind the game. Is like there's aliens, they're awesome on there, and yeah, I wanted to have some fun with that and at least put them in. So yeah, they're in there. They could definitely be improved. So here we are. We're in the mall now. So I kind of want to have a different elevator here for the mall segments as well, because this one's more of a security kind of back-end one. But again, didn't quite get around to it. But hey, you know, we might end up revisiting this, like I say, in the future. So you got little stores in here. There is something special in here, but I'm gonna leave it for now. So yeah, again, nice view of space. And in here, you've got a shopkeeper. So, yeah, very familiar shop interface if you've played my other games. But here we are. We're now in a gun store. We've got that gun upgrade here. I just realized there's a bug there where the UI changes color. Is that when you access the shop? Yeah. Okay, so because it's a jam game, I can't actually update this afterwards. So that bug is in there. It's not going to go away until the voting period is over, which I think they said was like throughout July. So after July, I'll be able to update this game again if I come up with any more ideas. But until then, it's going to be a little buggy. Like another bug is if you fire the weapon and pause, yeah, the projectiles do not pause. So it can have a really frustrating moment where if you pause when enemies are shooting at you, you can still die, which is not ideal. But fortunately, if you do die in the game, you just kind of respawn at the start of the last level. So it's not as frustrating as it might be if you had to start from the beginning. So yeah, here we are in this kind of very similar level to the last one. But it, you know, it's a little different. It's colored a little different, right? We'll take care of these guys here. So there we are. Now, the game is pretty short. It's only around 10 minutes long. And this is almost the last level. There's one more level in here. But frustratingly, you know what? I might just leave it for now. Let you guys play it. So if you guys want to check it out, you can. The link's in the description below. Let me know if you have any suggestions. Let me know what you think of the game. Let me know what your favorite parts are, what parts you really didn't like. And yeah, maybe I'll come back and make another update. In fact, I really do want to. So yeah, let me know what you think. And yeah, we can see where we go from here. All right. Thanks for listening to this one, guys. And I'll catch you in the next one.